Welcome to Saraswati Shishukunj Ogwala Borsad. So hope you all have performed your exam very nicely. So let us start our next video. So in this video we have started our new chapter, data handling. Okay. So data handling is what? Why we are using data handling and what is meaning of data handling? Okay. So data handling is one of the branch from statistics. So data handling is basically from statistics branch. So why we use statistics in our daily life? So statistic is used for concluding the big amount of data in smaller form. Okay, and we conclude a perfect result. That's why we are using statistics. So let us understand here data handling. So first here introduction is given that you must have observed your teacher recording the attendance of students in your class every day. You all know that teacher firstly record your data that which student is absent and which student is present. Okay, or recording marks obtained by after every test or examination. So your teacher having your all records, examination, attendance and that everything. Okay, so similarly you must have seen a cricket scoreboard. Also might be you all see your about cricket. Okay, so in cricket you all observe the score, particularly which team has covered more. Okay, so these two scoreboards have been illustrated here. See, whatever information you are collecting, that is known as data. Okay, the information is known as data. Your present, your marks and the scoreboard of cricket team, that is known as data. So let us understand here from table. So in this table you can see here we are having two different tables. So first one is name of bowlers. See here we have given an example of bowler, that first bowler is A, B, C and D. Here particularly not given of any bowler. Here we have defined the bowler name as A, B, C, D. Okay, they played the match of these overs. So they all have 10 over match. A will have 10 over, B will have 10 over, C also 10 and D also 10. Okay, then midden overs. Then here we have given midden overs. Midden overs means the first overs. Okay, so in first two overs the run given by observer is 40. Okay, and wicket is taken 3. So same way here you can see that different bowlers have given these runs in different overs and they have taken these much of wickets in different overs. Okay, then after here second table we are having name of batsmen. See here we have given bowlers, they are bowling, and here in this table we have given batsmen who are playing. Okay, so the name of the batsmen are E, F, G and H. So they have scored the runs as following. E has scored 45 runs, F has scored 55, G has scored 37 and H has scored 22. Okay, and they how many balls they have faced means in how many balls they have covered how much runs. So in 62 balls E has covered 45 runs. In 70 ball F has covered 55 runs. G has covered 37 runs out of 53 balls and H has covered 22 runs out of 41 runs. Okay, and in how much time? So E has taken 75 minutes, F has taken 81 minutes, G has taken 67 minutes and H has taken 55 minutes. So here you can see that in these two tables the records are given. Okay, so here from the table you know that in a game of cricket information records is not simply about who won and who lost. You all have seen the cricket match. Okay, they don't take their notebook and pen. Okay, so for record we are using data handling, and it is not easy to record the score, that who has winning and who has not winning. Okay, so in this scoreboard you will also find some again. For instance, you may find out the time taken and number of balls faced by the highest run. See, in cricket match you have seen that one scoreboard is given here. Okay, that here 182 runs are there and 3 wickets are there, and the over is running is suppose 31. Okay, 31 over has been completed and 32nd over has been started. So these all records we are maintaining only with the help of data handling. Okay, so similarly, in your day-to-day life, you must have seen several kind of tables considering of numbers, figures, names and etc. These tables provide data. You have seen many places that many places have defined their different things with the help of table. So what are that mean that they have used the data handling in simply way. So these tables provide data. A data is collection of gathered given information. Data is what here? Data is the collection of information. Okay, so whenever we are collecting any information and we are going to arrange them in particular table, that we use data handling in that thing. Okay, now here in second page, recording of data. So how they maintain the data, how they records the data. So here you can see, let us take an example of class which is preparing to go for a picnic. One school has arranged a picnic for the students. Okay, so then the teacher asked the student to give the choice of fruits of banana, apple, orange or guava. Okay, so the school has arranged a particular picnic, so student have to choose their choice of fruits. So here different fruits you can see: banana, then orange, guava, and here one apple. Okay, so they have to choose particular thing. So Uma is taken to prepare the list. She prepared a list of the children and wrote the choice of fruits again each name. See, one of the girl named Uma has started to list out that which student need which fruit. So here you can see the list of the students and particular choice of fruits. So suppose you are taking the record of the data, so how many students are there and how much data you can particularly take. Suppose you are taking picnic, suppose 100 students are there. So it is tough to record the data of 100 students, no? Okay, so one by one how you can identify that which student need which fruit. So here, if the teacher wants to know the number of bananas required for the class, she has to read the names in list one by one. See, you can see it is too difficult to find out the choice of the student. Suppose here you can see the name, Bhavna has choose apple, then Manoj has choose banana, then Maria has banana. So teacher has to read particular name of the student. So that is take too much time and it is waste of time. Okay, so to know the number of apples, guavas and orange separately, she has to repeat the same process for each of these fruits. Means one by one she has to repeat the names and also repeats the fruits. So it is too difficult. So one of the clever student has given a good idea. One of the clever student among them has given good idea to her teacher. Okay, so here you can find one activity here. So one student has given idea to her teacher that let us make a square like this. You can find here square, different squares are there. Okay, so on that square different fruits name are given: banana, orange, then apple. Now it is easy to find out that how many students need banana. So what they have did that, suppose the first square you can see if students need banana, so they have to take one pebble means stone, small stone. So they have to keep that stone on banana. Suppose Jai needs orange, so Jai will put his pebble on orange. Same, Sia need apple, then Sia will put one pebble on apple. Okay, same way go. It is. Now you can see from the square board, you can find the data easily. Banana, so you can easily count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 students will have banana. Then 3 students need orange. Then 5 students need apple and 4 students will need guava. Okay. So this is the easiest method to find the data or the information. Okay. Suppose teacher has taken pen and paper like this. So it is quite tough to identify that which student need which fruit, but it is easy that these much student need banana, orange, apple and guava. Okay, so this is the easiest method to find out the information or data collection. So these way you can find information about anything. So let us also learn one more thing here. So same activity I am going to explain you in your live class also. Okay, we are going to do the same activity with the help of dice. Okay, we have one dice and we will play one game with the help of dice, and then we are going to record the data of dice. Okay, so here the first thing is that many people think that one of these cube is called a dice. You also play dice game, yes or no? Yes. Okay, so the plural is dice, but the singular is die. Here singular form is and that are having 6 faces. A dice has 6 faces. You can see here. You can draw a dice like this. So a dice has 6 faces: top, bottom, front, below, on 2 sides. Okay, so here you can see here 6 faces are defined like this. And a cube is 3-dimensional shape. Cube is 3-dimensional shape, but to understand these very clearly, we have defined the shape into 2-dimensional. Okay, so here you can see that in first one we are having 1 dot, in second one 2 dot, same as in last one we are having 6 dots. Okay, so there are 6 faces, though there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So total 6 faces we have defined here separately. Okay, now let us do understand the questions from the die. So here the question is that if you roll a die, then first thing is that what is the least possible score? What is the least possible score? Then second question is that what is the greatest possible score? Then third question is that what do you think is the most likely score? See here, after rolling the dice, you can find the 3 different questions answer. Okay, now the experiment. So let us start the experiment here. You have to throw a dice 60 times. You have to roll the dice 60 times, and then you have to record the data. Okay, so the data we are recording as per tally table. So here what is meaning of tally table? So let us do understand the tally table with the help of one video. So this is the one introductory video about data handling and also tally marks. Okay,
counting of many objects can be difficult. In order to easily count many objects and keep a score, we use tally marks. Tally marks are strokes put in order to count the number of things in groups of 5.
So this is the symbol of tally
We draw one straight line for the first 4 objects. The 5th object is represented by a slant line across the previous 4 lines. For numbers from 1 to 10, the tally marks are represented as given here. Let us count the number of candles using tally marks. 1, 2, 3 and 4 straight lines and a slant line across, and then again a vertical line. Hence, we get the number of candles as 6.
Okay, so you all have seen one beautiful video of cartoon, okay, but that is so informative video. So telemarks are defined by, suppose we are having one chocolate. Let us take the example of chocolate. So suppose this is our chocolate, okay, we are having one chocolate, so we are going to define one chocolate by one standing line, okay. Same as if we are having two chocolates, then we are define it by like this, two chocolate. Then 3 chocolates are defined by these and 4 chocolates are defined by these, okay. But if we have 5 chocolates, then how we can define 5 chocolates? So whenever you are using a telemarks, so there are the group of 5. So it, okay, so these are the 4 vertical line. So the 5th line will be the slanting line. So these are known as telemarks, okay. So this is the group of 5. Now if we want to define 6, 7, 8, 9, so 6, 7, 8 and 9, okay. Then 10, 1 will be the slanting line. So these are known as telemarks. Clear? So now let us play one game here. So here I have made one table. This table is known as telemarks. Here you have to record your 60 times dice you have thrown, okay, and what is the particular score of from the dice that you have to record in your table. So here first column is given as score. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are total 6 faces. That's why we have defined by 6. Then second number is here telemarks. Okay, how many times the particular score occurred. Then the third number is frequency. So what is meaning of frequency? Suppose the number 1 means score 1 occurs 10 times. So the frequency of score 1 is 10 times. Okay, so that is known as frequency. Now let us start the particular game here. So if we are throwing a dice, okay, if we are throwing a dice, so the first data will be 1. We got score as 1, so here we are going to define 1, okay. Then again we throw the dice and the score will be 4. So 4 one time as well as 6 one time, and you have to note down your score 60 times. So you have to throw the dice 60 times, and that you have to define in your telemarks. So suppose 1 is occurs 3 times, 2 occurs 5 times, 3 occurs 2 times, 4 occurs 10 times. So here you have to define the telemarks like this, okay, and then after you have to define the frequency of the given particular data, okay. So the score 1 occurs 3 times, 2 occurs 11 times, okay. So same way here you have to define your frequency, and the total should be compulsory 60 because you have thrown the dice 60 times, okay. So here this table is known as frequency. So these are the basic information related to data and telemarks. The same activity we are going to do in our live class. That's why you are able to understand that how to make dice and how to do activity with the help of dice, okay. So in this video we just have understand about the basic of data handling, okay. Thank you everyone.